what you can do actually now. You say be cooperative. What can you actually do to comply with what the AG is asking?
Well, as General DeWine mentioned, I mean, we're going to work with that agency to address and rule, which we have the authority to do to address this scourge. I mean, that's basically what we're going to do. We can do that a number of ways, but in the details, obviously we're still working through that. But
it sounds like what he's saying is that the chemists, so to speak, are working faster than the law can keep up with them. So they're asking you folks. Could you talk about that a little bit, please?
Sure. Yeah. Specifically, the molecules that these folks are changing are outlawed in our rules. And the chemists are basically just changing a side chain here, a side chain there, a little bit tweaking the molecule, which essentially carves it out and makes it legal. So we have to address our rules a little differently to address structures, if you will, in general, that will be a public safety issue. So that's where we're going to head with this and work with General DeWine's office.
How quickly do you think you can make changes and adjust based on what these chemists are doing?
We can do that very quickly in rule, a matter of weeks. There is a process, though, for rules to be amended, and that takes a little bit of time, but rest assured, we are going to do this quickly and aggressively as we can.
Talk to us about the public safety. Tell us a little bit about how you see that.
Well, as stated by General DeWine, I mean, these are chemicals that folks are selling in gas stations. They're selling outside of the safety net and the legal realms. And basically what we're seeing is side effects, if you will, from these compounds that mimic things like PCP, all kinds of crazy side effects. And basically these are killing folks. And it's an issue we have to address right now, and we are.
By changing the laws, by making the new versions of the same drug legal, how does this prevent people? It doesn't prevent people from taking them, but what does it do? What will this do?
Well, as General DeWine mentioned, once this is in statute or rule, then it's a criminal action for these folks to sell these products, which means action can be taken very quickly, and that's the big thing.
Do you think that some people think that if they take synthetic drugs that they are not, that they're okay if they're synthetic? Do you think they think that they're all right, the people taking them?
Oh, sure.
Talk about that.
There's a perception out there if it's sold as a synthetic, man-made, or non-prescription drug. Or, let's face it, a lot of the folks that buy these products are doing it for reasons other than medicinal use. I just don't think that they're aware of the side effects. So its intent is to be abused. There's no doubt about that. I just think that folks are not aware of the seriousness of the side effects. And to your question about the synthetic, can you go back on that again?
I was going to say, each time they tweak.
Right. Thank you. Each time, what's happened is in the past, the rules specifically mention the molecule. And what's happening is the chemists are addressing that and adjusting the molecule just a bit so that it falls out of the statute and the rules. So technically, it's a legal substance. And that's where we're going to try to address that in rule. And I don't have the specifics yet of how, but we have a good idea how we're going to do that.
Would you be able to sort of ban it in a blanket type of way, or would you have to go after each individual compound?
Well, the goal would be some kind of blanket authority, because if we keep doing the individual compound, we're going to be in the same boat that we're in right now, which is they continually just tweak the molecules. But that's a great question. That's the angle that we'll be going, the approach.
Do you think you'll seek emergency rule authority, getting orders from the governor or thing like that? Or?
That's yet to be determined, but it may be.
Is there a concern that if they just keep changing the molecules that it's somehow you can be banning something that could be done?